Hello and welcome to this video. We were continuing the second chapter of your geography, that is agriculture. In last video we discussed up to the technological and institutional reforms in the field of agriculture. In this video we will discuss from the Bhudan onwards. Bhudan or Gramdan was a moment. We will discuss about it. What happened that Mahatma Gandhi, he used to believe that the real India lives in the rural India, and in particular he believed that the farmer are the real backbone of the country, and every farmer must have their own patch of land, as they are the most selfless producer who not only produce for their families but produce for the whole country, the people of the whole country. So Mahatma Gandhi believed that every farmer must have their own patch of land in order to produce more. During that time, Zamindari was quite popular. Many rich landowners had much land, where many poor landless laborers were there who provide mere labor for the production of the zamindars and all, but get benefited very poorly. In a time of Jamindari system, Mahatma Gandhi believed that for the welfare of the poor peasant, having their own land is very much necessary. And Mahatma Gandhi declared Vinoba Bhave as his spiritual heir. So when Mahatma Gandhi get martyred, Vinoba Bhave took the step to spread the idea, the message of Mahatma Gandhi to every corner of the country, and he started the movement by undertaking padayatra, means by moving by his foot only and not by any other means. By walking from village to village, he spreaded the message, the idea of Mahatma Gandhi to the people. And during that time, the government decided to take various steps in order to bring a halt to the zamindari system, in which the excess land from the zamindars were seized and distributed equally to the needy farmer. So, by getting inspired from the message, from the speech of Vinoba Bhave, as well as by the fear of Land Sealing Act, many zamindars decided to distribute a part of their land to the needy farmers, which known as the Bhudan. And at the same time, some zamindars even decided to distribute the parts of their village, the whole parts of the village, to the needy farmer, which was known as the Gramdan. So the Vudan and Gramdan movement was initiated by Vinoba Bhave, which is also popularly known as the bloodless revolution. And by the Vudan Gramdan movement, many landless rural farmers get some amount of land under their control. Next is the contribution of agriculture to the national economy, employment and output. We will see what amount of contribution the agriculture have on our economy, employment and output. Agriculture has been the backbone of the Indian economy. As we all knew that more than 50% of Indian population still depend on the agriculture as their livelihood. And the main reason behind that is the lack of job creation or the lack of job opportunity in other sector of economy, that is secondary and tertiary sector. Because of unavailability of job opportunity in other sector of economy, people or the working population of the country are forced to the agricultural sector. But despite of engagement of more than 75% population of India, the contribution of the Indian agricultural sector to the GDP, that is the gross domestic product, is very low compared to the other two sectors. The agricultural sector give employment opportunity to a large amount of population, but despite of involvement or engagement of large mass of population, its contribution to the economy is very low, which is a serious concern of the time. We need to think upon various measures, various policies, so that the contribution of agricultural sector must increase in the Indian economy, and the employment share of agricultural sector must decline in the economy, because the less amount of population involved in the agricultural sector, the more the country developed in its economy. As the engagement of large mass of population in agricultural sector is a symbol of low developing economy of any country. So, considering all these facts, the Indian government decided to take various steps, and also already taken various steps to enhance the agricultural sector of India, like establishment of Indian Council of Agricultural Research, that is ICAR, and other agricultural universities, veterinary services, and animal breeding centers, horticultural developments, research and development in the field of meteorology, means weather forecast department and weather forecast, etc., are given priority by the government in order to enhance the Indian agricultural sector. These are institutional reform. Along with this, the government also taking steps in order to enhance the rural infrastructure, that is establishment of cooperative societies, rural banks in rural area, in order to enhance the loan facility and expand the loan facility to poor farmers with less paperwork or with less hustle. Today, Indian farmers are facing a big challenge from the international competition and reduction in the public investment in agriculture. One of the main reason of the low development of Indian agricultural sector is the lack of interest of the government to invest in the agricultural sector. Whereas in developed countries, their government is spending a lot of money for research in agricultural sector, providing huge subsidy to their farmers. Our government is less interested in spending, in investing in agricultural sector, and because of that the Indian farmer are facing a high competition from the international market. In developed country, low amount of population are getting engaged in agricultural sector, and despite of that they are contributing in world production. Whereas in India, most of our population are engaged in agricultural sector, but our contribution in the world agricultural production is very low. So the subsidy is very much important for the farmer. Subsidy on agricultural inputs like in the purchase of machinery, tractors, etc. Subsidy on fertilizers, subsidy on purchasing of seeds, subsidy on pesticides and all, that is very much essential for the farmer, because that helps the farmer financially. Subsidy means an amount that is bear by the government, and the rest amount is paid by the farmers. In foreign countries, their government are allowing a lots of subsidy to their farmer, but in India the government is not so interested in investing in agricultural sector. We are only running after the industries and the tertiary sectors and completely ignoring the agricultural sector, which is not good. So allowing subsidy to farmer in every of their inputs is very much essential. Along with that, the reduction in import duties on agricultural products have proved detrimental to agriculture in the country, and imposing some amount of duty on the import of foreign goods is also necessary steps, and imposing some duties on the import of agricultural good is also required at the time in order to protect the domestic agricultural worker. Because if we remove the import duty, and the foreign products come to India and available in the market in a cheap rate, then it will create competition, tough competition for the local or the domestic farmer to compete with the foreign product, because their farmer get high subsidy on their production, so they able to produce more in less investment, so it is easier for them to sell those products in a cheap rate. But in India, the government is merely allowing any help to the farmer. They are investing the whole capital on their own, so it is not easy for Indian farmer to sell their produce in a very cheap rate. And by importing the agricultural goods from other countries, we are creating extra pressure on our farmers, so there is a need of imposing import duties on agricultural products. Gradually, farmers are withdrawing their investment from agricultural field, which is creating more downfall in employment in the agricultural sector, which is a serious issue to think about, to resolve. So there is a high need of government's interest to invest more, to spend more for the development of agricultural sector. Otherwise, the farmer of India will face much tough competition from the farmers of other countries in near future. That's all about this video. Thank you.